this platform, I'll ask you questions. How are we going to motivate people? Because so many people are scared to take that leap of faith, you know, and just go out on their own and do their own thing. And it's not an easy thing to work for yourself. You have your ups and your downs, but the moral of the story is to stay in the course and pushing through and really believing in yourself. So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first question I want to ask you, how do we connect and how do you feel about intuitives and prophets? Because clearly I'm an intuitive. I definitely want you to talk about your experience with me being an intuitive and what was that like for you?
So we've known each other forever. We've known each other forever and a day. We met in junior high school. You know, we lost touch over the years like everybody else, but we reconnected as we got older and we got to our entrepreneurial stages. And I did have a session. As a matter of fact, I've had 2 sessions with you.
Like 2 or 3. About
2 or 3, yeah. And not for nothing, you know, before that, you never really heard of intuitive. You've heard of psychic, but it's totally a different thing. A psychic predicts. You actually tell me facts. You've told me facts. You put things on the map for me, things that I had questioning in my mind. You knew the answer and how to lead me the right way. And then things I didn't know, you were able to tell me before I got to that plateau with things. So I've been able to maneuver differently thanks to your experience. And grow in my business and my brand.
I'm excited. Yes, I don't remember my sessions, but I remember some of the conversations that we've had with regards to your business. But I will tell you intuitively right now that I'm seeing a lot of success for you. Your business is going to grow tremendously. In fact, without me telling the scoop, there's a couple of awesome things that you have in the pipeline. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Some couple of things that's going to be going on for you tremendously. And I'm seeing something really big happening for you in August. Keep that in mind, all right? August of this year, something really big, a big contract that you're going to get for an event. Okay?
I'm excited for it. And I will keep that in mind. I'm very excited for it.
Awesome. So, as you know, we're celebrating your fabulousness. Can you elaborate on what you believe makes you fabulous? Yes, this is the platform to brag. So what makes you like thebomb.com? What makes you fabulous?
Because I know, you know, for me, it's like, I think I know what I'm doing. And I take what I'm doing and I push myself every day. And I think that makes me fabulous because I don't doubt what I'm doing. I don't doubt myself as a mom. I don't doubt myself in business. I try to continuously keep myself growing and continuously keep myself pushing on a regular basis because I think I do know what I'm doing.
Right. You do.
Yeah. You know, I try, but I do.
Yes. What are some of your highlights? Like, I know you've done a ton of events. Hundreds, thousands probably at this point. Like, what's one of your favorite events to do? Ranging from a wedding to a birthday to a graduation. Like, what's the most fun event that you've ever done? Like, what's
you know what's so funny? This season has taught people to be extra creative. You know, we do events and things like that all the time, but I had the most fun the other day doing a quarantine drive-by for a little boy. He looked at me like, you're having more fun than me. But it was just so cool to see how parents got creative for their kids in this season. And it was great because the fire department led it. The police department was there. Like, he had the whole neighborhood and all his little friends from school drive by and his family. And I was just like, wow, it ended up being so much fun.
Yeah,
you know, and it's nice to be able to see their faces and, like, you know, when they're sad because they think nothing is going to happen. And then they get this big surprise of all this stuff happening. Like, it's literally stopping traffic. People are literally coming out their houses. It's really cool.
That's exciting. So what did you do for him? Like, what did you make? Balloon arch cakes?
So we did a whole package. So we did a balloon garland on his entire yard. We did a birthday banner. I made a cake. So his house was fully decorated inside and out with balloons and a banner and a cake, which was pretty cool.
Wow, that's amazing. And it helps, right? When you're throwing events together, events are made to bring people joy, right?
Yes.
And so, but it's a special touch that it takes in order for that to happen. anybody can throw balloons in the air, throw balloons in a wall, but it's a special touch that's really intimate to that person that you're throwing the event for. And I think you have that. I know that you have that because I've seen your work, and it's
No,
amazing.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to just put together anything. You know, I always ask what theme, what colors, anything to stay away from, anything they may not like, love, whatever the case is. That way, you know, it brings them the most joy. It's their favorite thing. It's in their favorite colors. And then Mom was telling me after I left that he made her take all the balloons from outside and bring them in the house. Like, he did not want her to leave them outside. He wanted to bring the celebration in. She sent me pictures. He had her bring them all in the house. So, you know, mission accomplished.
Good.
What can you say? You know what I mean? Like, you created
happy.
joy. Yeah. In a time where joy is a little lost right now amongst a lot.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's insane. So I want to ask you this question because I've always been curious to know this, but I've never had the chance to ask you this. As we stated, one of your clients was T.I. and Tiny. You did a cake for their kid's birthday. What was that like when you got that phone call? Where were you? What was that like? You get a phone call that T.I.'s people want you to make a cake.
You know, it's so funny. I got that phone call on like one of the worst years of my life. And it ended up because at the time, unfortunately, I was in a relationship that ended abruptly and really badly. And, you know, I was going through a lot of things. But God always speaks because I had gotten the call while this person was in my life and it just never worked out. And then the call came again like August and they're like, okay, we're going to provide everything. We're going to pay your way, pay for the cake, pay for your transportation. You just let us know if you can do it. And I was just like, yeah, why not? You know, and they gave me the description and I remember the description to a T. They were like, well, he wants a lion head on the top of the cake. And I'm going, what? I could put a lion on it? She's like, no, he wants an actual lion head. And I'm like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, I have never sculpted a cake before, but you never say no.
No, not to something like that.
Not to someone like that. We pulled it together. We pulled it off. It was great and it was amazing. But you know, it for me at that time, it brought a lot of reassurance that I was, you know, God was on my side. He's watching me, and regardless of what I was going through, that I was still moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So it was an amazing call at that time in my life.
Yeah. How is T.I. and Tiny? How are they?
Well, Tiny was actually on tour, so she wasn't at the party, but T.I. was at the party. As you see him on TV is exactly how he is with his kids. Like it's no different. He's an amazing parent. Like he commanded the entire thing, and he put that all together. So it was a basketball tournament, and I think King at the time had a lot of YouTubers. He flew all of them out. All the YouTube gamers, and they were on one team, and then his family was on another. They put together a really nice event for him.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So you got to get T.I. to come back because they got a lot of stuff going on.
Listen, I'm trying. I got to get it together with them because you know that grand hustle is real. I was very proud of that. That was a very, very dope experience.
Yes, awesome. Shout out to your partner baker, Sydney Sweets. You know Sydney Sweets. They
just
joined.
I do.
Shout out to them because they are amazing. Also, I will be speaking to Sydney soon. All right. So, how did you get involved with your line of work? How did that happen?
So I actually started off as cakes, not events. And I started off wanting to make my son's first birthday cake. I had watched my friend walk around and she wanted this tiny cake and this lady was charging her $200. And I was like, no, I'm gonna make it. I'm not paying that. I'm gonna make it. And I actually went to the local Michael's because I actually already knew how to bake. And I went to the local Michael's for decorating classes. And then I just kept going from there by myself.
So do Michael's teach you how to decorate cakes? Yeah,
they have simple cake decorating classes. So like beginner class. And I never forget it. I took it. My supervisor took it with me. It's a funny thing. She and I were together every Sunday.
Yeah.
And we would sit in Michael's, and when it used to be in Rosedale in the back by Snake Road, and we would take the class. And I took all 4, and you know, ended up just loving it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you started off making cakes professionally for your son.
Yep. And my very first cake was my baby's first birthday cake. And it spiraled into this whole career. So, you know, I was doing the cakes after that, and everybody was like, oh my God, it tastes so good and it looks so pretty. You should start a business. You want to know who told me that first? Mary. I made a cake for Mary's birthday. And
Which
Mary was Stacks.
Oh, Mary.
San Javine. Yep. I made a cake for
He
Mary.
just got
And
engaged, right?
yeah. And
Yes.
Mary was like, girl, you need to start a business. This thing is amazing. And I took her advice. Never
Yeah.
forget it. You know,
That's
and I
amazing.
just decided to, you know, start doing business, and it spiraled into this. And then about 3 years ago, I was doing events all the time, and I was doing events in the industry, for SiriusXM and for some other places. And I was decorating, and I was just like, oh, I love doing this. I need to
Yeah.
continue to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I
what
can't
is it like
relinquish the
going
cakes just yet, though. So I still
Yeah.
do them.
Yeah, no, you're amazing. So what is it like? Because you do some serious work. Your cake is like artwork, okay? Like, is it? Do you need to know how to draw or sculpt to do this? Because
The
I would love to bake. I like to bake naturally, but designing a cake, I don't know. That's not my thing.
so
I'll keep reading people.
designing a cake is a special art form. The funny thing is, I've never sketched any of my cakes. In the 9 years I've been in business, there is not one sketch of any of my cakes. They have gone from my vision in my head straight to the cake. You know, I've never felt comfortable sketching a cake. Even the TI cake, I sketched it and I changed it in my head on the plate. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna turn this around. And you know, because I feel like the creativity comes best when it's raw.
Yeah.
So I take it straight from what I'm seeing in my head and right to the cake. And I let
That's
my visual take over. So it does take a special talent, and it takes a lot of time. You have to have patience, because they did not look as nice as they looked when I first started.
yeah.
Took
Like,
work. And then, you know, there's still some things I'm perfecting in events and cakes. So, you know, you take your time. You definitely, you know, have patience with yourself. I've had some times where I've had to walk away, come back, you know,
Yeah.
play some music, get my mind right, sleep on it, whatever it is, just to get that, you know, get yourself going enough.
Yeah.
So, you know, never just stop because, you know, you get frustrated. It just may be that moment.
Yeah. So I know Mother's Day recently passed, and I know
Yeah,
you were busy, big, booked and busy. And
I
I
was.
got a cake from you for my sister, and the cake was phenomenal, and it was delicious. I
Oh,
actually put
thank
it in my
you.
story, so thank you for that.
You're
So,
welcome.
like, what do you do when you get all of these orders in? How do you handle that? And what's the most orders that you've had in a week? Because when you get busy, I know you get busy.
Yeah. So I am new to the full-time entrepreneur game. I used to have a full-time job. I've just been 1 year without a full-time job. So before, I used to just do orders on the weekends. And in that time, I've done 9 orders one weekend. An Easter weekend, super duper busy. I did 9 cakes in one
And work a
weekend,
full time job.
and while working a full-time job.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, Latin Mother's Day was actually one of the busiest for me in the full-time entrepreneur, because we weren't just doing cakes. We did glam bottles, we did florals, so we had about 20 orders
Wow.
for Mother's Day.
Wow. And so
Yeah.
clearly you travel for events because you travel for TI's event.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you, because I know that you really specialize in the tri-state area mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yes.
you ship cakes? Do you ship desserts? If someone on here is watching and they live in Florida, how can they get your desserts? How can they get your treats?
So we just launched the online store. Actually next week I'm going to start shipping out cake jars and cookies. We're going to do extended shipping on that. I wanted to feel it out here first before I did shipping, and I wanted to make sure we had the right packaging. That way it didn't cost the client too much. So now that I've taken that all into consideration, we're actually going to try out our first set of shipping outside of New York and New Jersey starting next week. And I'm actually going to put an announcement up on my website on Monday
Oh
that we're going to
yes. Oh,
ship.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll get me a couple of cake jars, even though I'm on a serious
We
quarantine.
all on this COVID diet, girl.
I've been doing good. I bought me an at-home sauna that I've been sitting in.
You did?
It's an at-home sauna. It's huge. I sit in it. I zip it up all the way to my neck, and then I can sit in there and I can sweat for an hour.
Oh, I cannot
Can't you
wait to
see
see
the
that
weight loss
thing.
in my face and my neck?
Yes, no, I cannot wait to see this thing. I need to
I'm gonna
come
show you
over and
offline.
see it too.
It's actually pretty amazing. You know what? F it. I'm gonna show everybody on my Instagram is my family. You see it? Do you
Look
see
at
it?
that. And you sit in that and
I
zip
sit
all the
in
way
it.
up?
I sit in it and I zip it all the way up to my neck, and it heats up and it makes you sweat, and it's a sauna.
No, I have to invest in that because trust
When
me.
I tell you I'm losing weight from doing this thing, go to Amazon.com. It's $250. Well worth the investment.
Listen,
Okay.
Amazon and me have been best friends for this entire COVID.
My
They see
husband
me
ain't
on
have
a
it. He was like,
daily
if you buy
basis.
anything else from Amazon.
I need
Uh,
stock in them the way I order from them. They must know my name. They must be, oh, here she go again.
yes, yes. So I know that your biggest motivation is your son, your amazing son, the real CEO of your business, because he
You
runs
already know that's
things.
the boss.
Yes, he's the boss. Such a good, kind, respectful kid. He is truly
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
Uh, Outside of him, because he's always your number one inspiration, what else inspired you to do this? Is it my inspiration was I got tired of having a boss and I got tired of listening to people and I just wanted to work for myself. What was your biggest inspiration to just be an entrepreneur, be a boss? Like, what was your biggest motivation?
Well, outside of him, same thing. After a while I was just like, I can't do it anymore. It was like God was talking to me. He was like, no, I need you to relinquish this 9 to 5 because this is not working. I found myself doing business at work. And I
That's
found
when you know
myself
it's time.
having and then it just became such a negative experience. And then I think one day he spoke to me through a person, and it was just like, I had a rep who's known me for like since my son was 2, so like 7 years. And he was like, well, how's business? And I was like, business is good. He goes, it's not great. And I was like, wait, what? I was on TV last week. What do you mean? He's like, no, because you sitting here crutching on this job. I was like, okay, God, you talking. I hear him
Right.
now.
You
You
gotta
know,
listen.
and sometimes if you're not listening, he'll keep telling you
Mm-hmm.
until you hear him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll make you uncomfortable in a point
Oh,
where you had no
preach,
choice.
preach, preach. Don't I
And
know?
the funny thing is, not only did he was telling me, he was making me uncomfortable. I'd
Mm,
never felt uncomfortable at a job until that year. And it was like, okay, no, girl, it's over. You've
mm.
got to make a move. And I did.
Yeah.
And, it's just, I will say this. I've never been more focused because, when you're working full time, so you have focus, but you don't have that real. He was right. Like, I got home and the grind was real,
Mm.
and the focus to just be myself and do what I do and do what I love on a regular basis just became bigger
Yeah.
as it kept going. So that's been my inspiration. Like, I already know this is for me. So
Yeah.
it's just to continue to move and continue to do it on a regular basis.
That's amazing. Yeah, to your point, if it's meant for you to do your own thing, divine intervention will step in and God will make you very uncomfortable. So
Oh, honey,
anything that you do outside of what you're supposed to do will not work.
it was so bad.
I'm telling you, because
I used to look.
your goal.
It's bad when you praying on your way to a job in the mornings because you're praying for a good day.
That's not healthy. That's not
It
healthy.
became very unhealthy. It started to make me sick. I suffer from hypertension, and I was sick. When I tell you sick, I used to be at stroke level on a daily basis, and I have no shame in this. And since I've been home now almost a year. I haven't even taken a blood pressure pill.
Yeah, because sometimes it would do it to you. So I'm really happy and excited that you're answering to your calling, because this is certainly what you're supposed to be doing. And the more you strive through and the more you push, things will open up for you. But you have to believe. And I know that you have nothing but faith. How
Yeah.
do you believe that people should move into their passion?
Believe in yourself. If
Yeah.
it's something in your heart that truly sits with you and resonates with you, believe in yourself enough to know that you can do it. It may not always work the first time because trust me, it took about 300 people for one person to respond to me in the celebrity world. But you've got to keep believing in yourself and know that, with your faith and the belief in yourself and the work, because you've got to do the work. You
Right.
can't just have faith and do nothing. You have to do work. So,
Absolutely.
your passion comes from your belief inside of you. It starts all with you. And you'll know it's your passion by how much you love and the joy you have when you're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Bible says faith without work is dead.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it is true. If you don't put the work in, then you might as well just throw it all in the bucket
Yeah,
and
because you
say
could talk all you want, but if you're not putting no work through, it's not going to work. No,
no,
not at all.
it
You're not
won't.
going to get anywhere.
Nowhere. So that's awesome. Let me ask you this question, because social media is amazing. If social media did not exist, how do you think your life would be different?
It would be different, my business, unfortunately. I have to be quite honest. You know, listen, word of mouth is great, but this thing known as social media, I get a lot of my clients just looking at my Instagram page. I get a
Yeah.
lot of people, and you'd be surprised. You think people are not looking, they are. You
Yeah, they
know,
may not like, they may not share,
yeah,
but
but they
they're
surely
looking.
are looking
Oh
all
yes.
day. And you know, I've had experiences. I remember 2 years ago going with one of my DJ friends to DJ Con, and I was helping them do their room. And you know, I at the time I didn't know who Sean Prez was, who's the founder of DJ Con, and he used to be A&R for Bad Boy Records. And he's walking around, and you know, real cool guy, down to earth. He's setting up his own event, and I just think he's a worker. And I'm walking around in my t-shirt, and I'm telling everyone what I'm moving because my DJs are not happy in their room, and I'm like, I'm taking this out, and I'm moving this, and my friend goes, so did you introduce yourself to Sean Prez? And I'm like, oh my God, where? He's
Yeah.
like, over there. I'm like, wait, the man I've been telling I'm moving stuff all day.
Yeah.
That's who was running this. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, I put my tail between my legs, of course, and I go over and I introduce myself. He goes, oh, I knew who you were. I've seen your Instagram page. Done right there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's real.
Right. Oh, they watch. You really
Yeah.
will be surprised who's watching.
He was like, well, that's why I didn't say anything because I already know you're a planner and this is what you do.
Yeah,
I was like,
definitely.
okay. He was like, thank you. But yeah, people are, you'd be surprised who's watching you and how many people get inspired by who you are. I've had people tell me they are inspired by my story or just by looking or knowing because, you know, everyone knows that my son is my biggest inspiration to this. So, you know, and, you know, where I've come from in the journey as it's gone along. If social media didn't exist, this definitely wouldn't be where it is today.
Yeah, social media is amazing. And that's the thing, I try to tell people we have the platform. You have Instagram and Facebook and now TikTok. All of these ways that people have access to you. If you have something that you want to do, and if you have something that you're passionate about, do it. Put it out there.
Yeah.
Somebody will pull you. Somebody will welcome you. It will grow. We have an audience, a platform.
You have the ability to reach out to so many people on social media as
Forget it.
well. You know, not even people can pull you. You can reach out to people. I've gotten plenty of recognition from reaching out to people on social media, plenty of knowledge from reaching out to people. Like I said, that's how actually I started in the celebrity world. I DM'd a whole bunch of, I sat down and I created a one paragraph about myself and I DM'd about 100 people. One Christmas and Black Ink answered. You know, you never know what can
Ooh.
happen using this platform. This platform is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, it truly is. It's serious. So I'm happy for you for that. So, and you're right. If social media didn't exist, God knows where most of us would be, including myself. I do my Talk to Tosh lives on here, and I'm reaching thousands and thousands of people on a consistent basis because I'm
Yep.
able to read people live. Okay, like live. And yes, she is very professional. Absolutely. Don_creates.
Hi, my love.
Yes, amazing.
And Wahid is on here. He actually asked if I'm shipping for Father's Day. Yes, sir, I am.
Amazing. Yeah, no, those cake jars are everything. Those cake jars are the devil, but they taste good as ever. So I will be
Thank
ordering
you.
something for me and the hubby because he be on the cake.
Oh, well,
right?
Mel already asked me about the carrot cake, so I know the
He
next
did?
time I make one. He
So
sure
see,
did.
you gotta try to put him on a
When he
diet.
gave me that cake, he was like, "You make carrot cake?" I was like, "Yes, I do." He was like, "Oh, okay." So I know the next carrot cake jar I make is got his name on it.
Please, because he's been
Yes.
dying. I'm in here trying to bake, trying to do myself. I made a pound cake for him the other day, and he was like, "Babe, I don't really like this
He's
pound
like,
cake too
no.
much. Can you get Denise or Sydney Sweets or somebody to make me a cake, please? I thank you."
All right, well, the next week I gotta
like,
take care of my boy with his carrot cake.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
because I'm done.
I'll bring him something.
Yes. So, what is something that you've tried and you'll never try again?
I don't think I've had one of those. I had to think.
It gotta be something that you've tried and you'll never do it again. And this is the place of authenticity. Whether you have worked with a friend that crossed you that you would never.
Oh yeah, see now you
right.
done right up my alley. Yeah,
right.
That's happened. So as business grows, you've got to learn that you've got to separate the two. Though be it we are friends, we keep a very professional business level, and then we
Yes.
put our friendship after. I've had to learn to pivot that because, when I start, I'm like, oh, I could put everybody on. I'm getting put on. I'm going to take my friends with me. That doesn't always work.
No, not
And
for
I've
everybody.
learned,
Some friends, you got to know your friend. You got to know
and
who looks out for who, how y'all look out for each other.
yes, and I've actually had it happen to me where it became a very horrible experience at a very major point in my life. And yeah, I won't do that again.
Yeah, right. So, right, that's something exactly right, and that's
Yeah,
good.
I won't.
So you got people who are trying to get put on, but they want to get put on through you without doing the work. You worked hard to get to where you are. You
Or
know.
they want to get put on and then they forget who put them on after and kind of try to run above you. That's the next thing. So, and I've experienced that too. And that's when you've now got to pivot yourself and learn from these experiences.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's certain ones I just won't play with
Right.
again.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you have to be careful. Okay. This is an interesting question. What do you value most? Free time, recognition, or money, and why?
Free time, I don't get a lot of it.
Yeah.
My business thankfully is very busy, even in this COVID season. Celebrations are not dead, cakes are still being ordered. When I do get some Denise time, because that's what I have to separate the two. Everybody always, oh, how's business? I have to tell people sometimes, today I'm just Denise. I'm not talking about business. You want to
Right.
ask D a question? D is here all day. But the CEO of Hack Tech Events, I left her at home.
Right.
And I have to take that time because I've been to a point of driven crazy. I think last year I did so many events in a matter of 4 weeks. I ended up with laryngitis 1 week. 2 weeks later, I had bronchitis. And I
Wow.
realized I had to step back. I wasn't giving my mind or my body time. So
Hmm.
free time is very huge right now for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That is very important because if you're not balanced, if you're not rested, and if you don't have anything left for yourself, then how can you give? How can you pour into
You
others
can't.
if you don't have anything left for yourself?
You can't. You're not going to be able to function and you're not going to be able to pour into anybody.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah. I
truth.
hear you. Yeah. What's one dream that you tucked away for the moment? And how come?
Hmm.
Like we know that cakes, that's your thing. Decorating events, that's your thing. But what is a dream of yours that you just tucked away because you're focusing on hack tech events that you just tucked away for a minute, and your hope is that one day you revisit it?
Travel more and growing relationships.
Mm.
Um, you know, I focus so much on business, it becomes all about business. Even in this, I never really plan a vacation. And even right before COVID started, I had planned a dedicated trip. I was like, oh, I'm going to breathe for a week this year.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, due to COVID-19, plans have changed. But, you know, I never really travel. I see all my friends, sometimes they go and they're like on islands and escaping for a couple of days and all of that. And I never take the time, and I'm dedicating that to myself
Yeah.
this year, that's like my goal,
Good.
like
So I'm
vacation.
gonna tell you this intuitively. Okay.
Oh,
Your
tell me.
business is going to grow a lot next year. A ton. Okay. A lot. Like multiple opportunities to the point where you're gonna have to bring on a team, maybe like one or two people to help you grow and support your
Mm-hmm.
business. Okay, even inside of that, I want you to make time for travel.
Yeah.
Okay, make that commitment to yourself. Make your time to travel because things are gonna really go well for you within the end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter is when I see that things are gonna pick up for you very, very quickly. Okay, and it's gonna be a lot, and the opportunity is gonna be so amazing that you're not going to be able to turn them down because they're gonna be good opportunities. All right,
I
so
appreciate knowing that. Thank you.
yeah, so just because I know that you also you've also been featured on WPix 11 News on
Yes, I
several
have.
occasions.
Yes, I
Okay,
have.
so you're gonna get busy by way of WPix 11 News. There's gonna be an interview that they're gonna do for you, like with you literally sitting on a couch, and they're gonna talk to you about your events, what you do blah blah blah, and so much business is gonna come out of that. Your head will spin. Okay, yay! So we'll take that. All right, so.
I'm happy at the same time as, oh my God. But
Right, but
no.
it's gonna be great. So I'm just letting you know because you've done stuff with WPix 11 and they feature your cakes, they
Mm-hmm.
feature your stuff, but you've never been on as an actual guest. But they've mentioned you, They're
I
making your
actually was
business.
on 2 years ago when they used to do their zip trips. I did do one actual live once.
Right. I'm talking about a
So
sit down, like
yeah, no,
actually.
I've never done the sit down.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
So
you.
get ready to rumble. All
I'm
right.
ready
What are you most grateful for right now in this moment in your life? What are you most grateful for?
to be able to get this time to prepare. A lot of people saw this in a negative light when it first started, and it is a very horrible situation. What a lot of people are going through with COVID-19. I've had a best friend who had it. I've lost a cousin from it, so I know there's a lot of pain in it.
Yeah.
But I've taken the time to do things that I needed to do to take Denise and Hack events to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that stuff has started to come to fruition already. Which is why, I said to myself, I'm going to take this moment to write down my next plan of action, get my proposals ready, do paperwork I needed to do to take the business to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Operation Take Back My Living Room.
Right. Yeah.
Since unfortunately all of my weddings have been postponed to next year, we're moving all of the things into storage that were here for them.
Yeah.
Taking that time to perfect my home, my health, my son at home being at school, because now you've become the teacher if you're a parent.
Right.
My son home
Overnight.
being at school, which also gives me time with him, because when you're working every day and you're moving around, you don't get time with your kids. So I get time to nurture his education
Yeah.
at this point, which is huge. So I've just taken the time to move in the right directions and do the things that I've needed to do to grow who I am and to grow my business.
Amazing. That's what you're most grateful for. Time. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
Time is a huge thing for me because, when you're busy, you don't have it and you forget.
Yeah.
And I think this slowdown was needed for a lot of people to reset themselves and realize that time is necessary
Mm-hmm.
and that you have to stop and take the time.
Yes.
A lot of people
Absolutely.
don't realize that when they're in the moment. So I think this was necessary for everyone to realize that needed to realize it.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, true story. True story. So how would you encourage someone to go after their dreams to ensure they live a fabulous life? What are your words of encouragement for those people who are watching? I'm gonna post this on my page as well, who will go on and watch. What are your words of advice for them to like go after their dreams and to encourage them?
Do it. There's nothing you can't do unless you stop yourself. Everybody has that drive within them to continue to do what they need to do or do what they need to do to be themselves. Just continue to push, continue to grind, continue to believe in yourself, continue to have faith. Because like we said, without the work, faith is dead. But sometimes your disbelief is what stops your greatness too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not walking this journey alone. It may not be a physical person, but somebody else is definitely got your destiny in his hands already. So you have to have a lot of faith in yourself and a lot of faith in God, or whoever you believe in, because not everybody believes in God, but to know that you're going to be okay if you definitely believe in yourself and you just continue to do what you need to do.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
had to believe in myself, and trust me, I've had days where, I've had down days. I've had to pull myself out. There were times where, like I said, when I was doing that TI cake, I was in such a tumultuous time. I would do events. I would come home, put my son to sleep, and literally sit in a corner and cry every day because I was just so down. But I still had to get up every day and do this because I didn't do this business for no reason.
Right.
And I didn't start this to stop there and
Right.
let that one thing stop me from being anything more than who I needed to be. That was
Mm-hmm.
just a moment, and it passes.
Right. Yeah.
All moments pass.
Mm-hmm.
But I never stopped believing in myself at that point in time.
Yes. Yep.
And even now.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, right? And if you would have given up, then you would not be where you are today.
It's true.
Successful entrepreneur, successful CEO of your own company, Hack Tech Events. Oh, Can you tell everybody what Hacktack Events stands for?
Yes. So
Hacktack Events. What does that stand for?
let's talk about what Hacktack stands for. So, like I said, my business was a cake business in the beginning, and I'm Caribbean, so most people of Caribbean descent will understand me right now. My mother, when I made my cake business, oh, I have to name it. I have a name, and she named it Hera Cake Vera Cake. That was the name of my cake business. And it was cute. We used to have the cutest logo with the winking cupcakes, and people loved it, and it was catchy. And when I told her I was doing events and I needed to change the name, oh, you're going to take the one thing I have and take it away from me? So Hacktack is the acronym for Hera Cake, Vera Cake. So she still gets to keep her name in some way.
Yes, Hacktack Events.
So that is what Hacktack is.
Yes, but I actually love the Hacktack Events, and I love what it stands for. Hera Cake, Dairy Cake. That's actually pretty cool. But I like the way that you broke it down and you made it an acronym. I think that's pretty dope.
Yes, you know, I definitely let her keep her little, as she said, our little two-piece.
Yes,
that she put in.
Yes. So if you could just break down, what are some of the services that you offer? How can people find you? What specials do you have going on right now? What do you specialize in? Just give the people who are watching a summary of how they can get desserts and cakes and events and how you deliver. You go to their house, like whatever you need, like let everybody know how they can get to you.
So, of course, definitely through Instagram, my business and my Facebook page is called Hacktack Events. My online store is actually linked to both pages, but you can shop at hacktackevents.com. Due to COVID, we have limited the order on there to smaller packages because of our state mandates and social distancing laws. But, you know, if you are doing a future event, you can reach out to me via email, which is, you know, info@hacktackevents.com as well, and we can talk about your large event definitely that's coming up in the future. We do event planning, we do event coordination, we do day of coordination, we do decor, we do balloon garlands, and we do your custom cakes and treats, and we also do florals. So we have someone on the team to provide it all. We can, and catered food as well. We have chefs on our, so we can provide everything from the beginning to end to make your event extra special. We'll help you find a venue. We are a full service event planning company. Specials right now, we do have our small weddings and elopement packages that are starting at $1,000 because, you know, love is not dead. It has not died because of COVID-19. There are still people who want to get married and want to celebrate their love. So we have created small wedding and elopement packages. We start them at $1,000.
Oh, what does that come with? What's inside of that package?
So it's geared to every bride. So, you know, our basic elopement package comes with a bridal bouquet, a boutonniere, a small arch setup for your ceremony with your officiant. If you want us to get you a photographer, we can. We do have a bridal stylist on deck who does gowns, and she can help you get dressed for the day. We have makeup artists on our team. The package is geared towards what you tell me your needs are, but we're trying to keep all our packages under $3,000. We understand right now some brides have money in limbo at event halls. Some brides have lost money altogether, and they need to be able to celebrate in a small way, but in a big way. So we try to help them do that. And we also have cake packages. We have our quarantine birthdays, our drive-bys, where we're doing a small 6-inch cake, balloon garland, and banner. And we're doing a complimentary Snapchat filter if you know how to use Snapchat. I really don't, but we put one in there for, you know, the parties and celebrations. We've been doing a lot of graduation cakes. Today, I actually just did one for a charter school out here in Jersey where I did contactless delivery. So all our delivery is contactless. We come, we're fully masked, we're gloved, and we will either leave it on your steps. If you feel comfortable with us handing it to you, we will. So we're trying to accommodate all of the needs and all of the mandates and the laws of both New York and New Jersey, but still let people enjoy the times they have as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
So happy for you. And if you can just let everybody know, just to sum this up, like what's next for Hacktack Events and Denise? Like what is next for you?
So, as Tasha said, the funny thing is she said some things that's correct. We are growing. And I have some expansion things that are going to happen that we're working on right now. I've been blessed enough to, even in this time, be placed in a position we're going to be working on gaining a commercial space. So
amazing. See, I told
we
you I
actually,
saw something going on. I
yes.
told you.
So you were absolutely correct. We've actually been we actually have been baking from a commercial kitchen. Right before COVID, I had gotten a commercial kitchen. So we've been baking from there. And the next step is just a space that, we can consult in. People can come pick their cakes up in. We can do small setups in to show our brides or our events, our mock-ups and whatever the case is. So we are actually working on gaining a commercial space
That is
while
amazing.
at this time.
Yes, that's amazing. So you again, I want to let the people know this. We are in quarantine and we
Yes.
need our sweets. Okay, we need our cake jars. We need cupcakes, whatever. And she has her shipment coming. I'm telling y'all right now, her cakes are the bomb. Okay, like finger looking good, the bomb. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So please, if you can share your website with them again and let them know when is it going to be up, how they can get their cake jars. What flavor cake jars are you going to have? That's a good question.
So I'm doing weekly different flavors. So, I try to definitely put all my flavors out, but every once in a while I create something new. I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, let me put this together, see how it goes. So I definitely put a list together weekly. I do keep my basics on there. One of my best sellers is my blue velvet. I even do a blue velvet coconut, which people love. And, those will definitely be on there. And then we will, yes, see, doing with the rum cake. Yes, I do make rum cake.
Awesome.
So, we will actually put the flyer up on Monday for the shipments. And you can reach us, hacktackevents.com. We have the online store. You can order through there if you see something you need and it's not on the site. Because like I said, I did limit what's on the site due to what's going on with COVID-19. Once we're in the clear to start partying again, our packages will go up, our large cakes will go up, our wedding packages, floral packages, everything will go up. And yes, I do have a vegan line for those who are dairy free and would like a healthier option.
Amazing.
So I do.
Do you have a vegan line? Do you make vegan cakes also?
I do. The Rutgers cake that was on my page today is a vegan cake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do your cakes taste like vegan or
No, they don't hit the wall and you can hear them.
Oh, okay, good. So it's actually, that's what your cakes are tasty and moist. I can say that. So are your cakes, are the vegans' cakes tasty and moist also?
When I bring Mel his carrot cake, I'll let you try it.
Is that going to be vegan?
Yes, no, that's not going to be vegan. He's not going to look over for that. That's right.
No vegan.
But I'll bring you some vegan cupcakes because I still have some stuff here.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well,
that way you can try. Yeah.
Yes. Well, Denise, you are amazing. Thank you
so much
for being a guest today. This was a good interview, right?
It was. I had a good time. I'm so glad.
Yes, this is great. So everyone, make sure that you follow Denise. Hacktech Events, right? Your Instagram, Hacktech Events. Follow her page, please. I pinned it at the bottom. Check out her website, hacktechevents.com. She does events, balloons, decorating, cakes, name it. One-stop shop here, pretty much. Okay.
Yeah. And if you're an event planner, and I'll say this, the one thing that you try to do, if you can, is leave no money on the table.
Right.
And it's one of the things that, is one of my mottos for myself, which is why I've decided to do a lot of the things that I do, because, if anyone ever drops a ball in an event, I could pick that piece up.
Yes.
So, you leave no money on the table is one of my mottos.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. And you're doing so well. And as your friend, I've known you for many, many years. And yes, we have lost contacts, but you are still my friend.
Yes.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much. And I am so grateful for you and your friendship. It's always been something that I've been grateful for.